Welcome to today's Explainer. So, if you're 10 years old or, anywhere around that age, you're basically at the absolute perfect time in your life to discover something totally amazing about yourself. We're looking at a really special devotional today. And well, based on what this devotional tells us, you actually have hidden superpowers. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a comic book or a movie, right? But it's actually real. Today, we're going to be unboxing those secret gifts and figuring out exactly what they are and, more importantly, how you can use them.
So, do you think you have a secret superpower? You might be sitting there thinking, well, I can't fly and I definitely can't turn invisible, so probably not. But the devotional we're looking at today tells a very different story. Okay, let's dive into this and see exactly what kind of hidden abilities you might actually be carrying around without even realizing it.
Section 1. The Master's Secret Gifts, a Journey to a Far Country. Every great superhero has an origin story, right? Well, the devotional sets up ours by quoting the book of Matthew, which says, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods." Now, this man in the story, he represents God. And right before he takes his big journey, he calls his servants together and delivers his goods to them. He's handing out these special, super valuable gifts. He doesn't just leave them empty-handed, no way. He gives them real responsibility and real power.
Section 2. Everyone gets a gift, no one is left out.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how clear the devotional makes it. God has not given talents to merely a chosen few, but to everyone. It points out that from the absolute most gifted people to the lowest and most obscure, which basically just means those who are quiet or maybe just blend into the background, all are invested with the goods of heaven. And yes, that means you. You aren't just meant to be watching from the sidelines. You've been given a peculiar, totally unique gift to use in His service.
Section 3. Unboxing your hidden talents, discovering your superpowers. Okay, let's open up the first box. Our first superpower is time. The devotional defines time as an entrusted gift of God to be diligently employed in the service of Christ. Think of it kind of like receiving a daily allowance of minutes. It's like waking up every single day to a fresh supply of V-Bucks or Robux, but honestly, way more valuable. So, how are you going to spend them? Helping out a sibling? Learning something totally new? It's a massive power. And the coolest part is, you get a fresh batch every single day.
Let's unbox the next one, which is influence. The devotional says influence is a gift of God exerted for the highest, noblest purposes. So here's the crucial point. Every single time you smile at someone who's feeling down or stand up for someone getting picked on, you're using your influence. It's exactly like tossing a pebble into a quiet puddle. Your one little action creates this positive ripple that spreads all the way out and changes the water all around it. You literally have the power to change the atmosphere of a whole room.
Our third unboxed superpower is intellect. Now, the devotional describes intellect as an entrusted talent of the mind, and that includes your education, your discipline, and your skills. So when you're sitting in class learning math, practicing reading, or, figuring out a science project, you aren't just doing homework. Actually, you're sharpening a superpower given to you by God. Building your brain power is literally a divine assignment.
And the final box? It contains sympathy and affection. The devotional says these are talents to be sacredly guarded and improved, showing love and kindness to others. Being a good, caring friend who actually listens when someone's having a rough day, that isn't just being nice. According to the devotional, it's a powerful tool, a talent entrusted to you to serve the Master. Kindness is, for sure, a superpower.
Section 4. Doing your very best. How to level up your gifts.
So, we all have a pretty big choice to make, and it really comes down to two paths. On one side, we have serving God. Proper use brings glory to God, and that levels up your gifts. On the other side, the devotional warns against a perverted use of these gifts to please yourself. Now in this case, perverted just means twisted around or keeping them all to yourself. Using them selfishly actually robs the giver. We definitely want to be on the side that brings glory.
But hey, maybe you're sitting there thinking, well, some kids seem to have a lot more talents than I do. And it's true. In the book of Matthew, one person got 5 talents, another got 2, and another got just 1. But here is the amazing secret from the devotional. Whether the amount entrusted to you is large or small, the Lord simply requires that you do your absolute best with what you have.
And that brings us to the magic number, 100%. That is the amount of effort and faithfulness God actually asks for. The devotional makes a really beautiful point here. It's not the amount entrusted to you that brings heaven's approval. It's the faithfulness. It's the loyalty and the loving service. If you have a little, but you give it 100%, you get the exact same approval as someone who started with a lot. No joke.
Section 5. The ultimate reward. Joy. Winning the game.
So, if you use your superpowers faithfully, what actually happens when you win? Well, you get to hear this ultimate victory quote right out of the devotional. Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things, I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Imagine hearing that. It's the ultimate level-up achievement. You proved you could handle a little, so now you get to be in charge of a lot.
But hold on. Here is the absolute best part. This reward of joy, it does not wait until heaven. The devotional promises you get a foretaste, which is kind of like a free sample or a sneak peek of that joy right now in this life. It comes straight from loving service. You actually get to feel the joy of heaven on, say, a random Tuesday afternoon, just by doing an act of loving service with your time, your influence, your intellect, and your affection.
So, I want to leave you with this question to really think about. How will you use your gift of time and sympathy today? You have the superpower. Your daily account of minutes is completely full. You have a brain ready to learn and a heart ready to care. The Master has given you your goods. Now it's time to go out there and use them. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and honestly, I can't wait for you to see what happens when you use your hidden superpowers today.